Since we have some newer people here, would you like to introduce yourself and we'll just go around?
I'm Jeff. I've been here for 10 years. I work for the city and
Oh, great.
was asked if I'd want to come down and see what the meeting's about.
Perfect.
I don't know.
Welcome.
I'm Erin, his wife. You don't want to. This is Blake.
Hi, Blake. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
You actually wanted to come too.
Oh, good.
Nice. Welcome, welcome.
I'm Molly. I work at West Valley Mercantile, president of the Faulkner Chapman Parent Teacher Organization, resident since 1997, graduated from here in 2013.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I recognize you from Mercantile.
Yeah.
Takesia Wydro. I'm the president of Revitalization, born and raised here, graduated from Delphine School, and yeah, I've been doing this for a while. 6, 7, 8 years, something like that.
Yeah. That's cool. I'm Carol Bonner. Ashton's, Ashton, his mother-in-law.
And we have
I
roped
volunteered.
her into being the treasurer.
I volunteered.
Thank you for helping.
Hopefully it's not too electronically technology.
It's not.
Good.
Yes.
Kay Buckles, volunteer, also part of Rotary too. So yeah,
Park and Rec.
Park and Rec. Yeah, many. And if anybody's interested in being part of the Park and Rec, we do need some folks. So
Joe Nilly, I'm the founder of West Valley Transparency. It's a media company that just covers council meetings and things like that, just totally volunteer. Been doing that for quite some time. I've been living in this community for well over 25 years and just love it, and I want to see some good changes going forward.
Cool, great. And Dorothea Lee.
Volunteer.
Nice. Okay. Great. Well, we can't do the welcome everyone. It's nice to see some new faces. We can't do the board actions, so since we have someone here from the city, so do you work at Public Works or the Public Works? Okay, great. Because we have our cleanup coming up on the 26th of this month. And that's right there. Yeah. And the city and Revitalization used to do one cleanup, and then they split because it was kind of like not conflicting, but they're two different actions. There was the one that we do is like a litter pickup, and the one that the city does is people can bring their large items or whatever to that. So the city's now doing it, I think, in the summer. Mm-hmm. And so we do ours twice a year, and we do it on the 26th. And usually what the city does is fashionably late.
I see John.
Is John coming too?
Happy walking out.
Yeah. Tell him he's
not my John.
Yeah, I know. He's
Your John.
all of us. I'm the only board member that he showed up on time. There you go.
I was getting stood up by the mayor.
Oh.
I finally left. I said, I gotta be here at 6.
Anyway, so we do it twice a year in the spring, usually around Earth Day, to kind of have it be that. So that's why you've got the little Earth Day thingy. Hi, John. And then we do it in the fall, usually in November. Clean up.
Where's the rest?
Yeah, I know.
And I thought I was in trouble.
Action is doing soccer, so he'll be here.
That's all I feel.
Yeah. Action's doing soccer, he'll be here soon, and Jason is going to be a couple minutes late too.
Okay.
Usually all the board members are on time. There you go.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Do we need to move a chair?
I got 2 right there. Okay. And so the city has been involved. Sometimes they have volunteers that come by. Sometimes they help drop off stuff. Usually we borrow the pickers. That's a big thing. We borrow the pickers, and then someone usually brings us maps that go over like the areas that we should be paying more attention to, because we figured Public Works, you guys know.
Pretty sure we're gonna focus some attention underneath the bridge down here, underneath Riverside.
Can we do that? That's the only thing that I have attention on.
I believe we're we're tasking ourselves, the Public Works is gonna be down there trying to get
Okay,
that.
because we
organized.
have kids, so my only
No,
concern
we're
is
not,
if there's.
we're not gonna allow any kids in there. We've
Okay.
contracted.
Oh,
a
so
couple-
you guys are gonna
Yeah,
handle that?
we've talked
Okay.
to ServPro and a couple different hazmat cleanup companies to get quotes on what they would cause,
Oh, that's
charge.
good. That's
Because
good.
there is syringes down there and
Yeah.
fecal matter and.
Okay, so the
all
city's
different
gonna
things.
focus on
Well,
that, so we
yeah,
should
we're-
avoid.
We're
we won't do
talking
anything with
about
that.
trying to get our guys together to come in one day, maybe not the same day as this, but.
Okay,
tr-
but it's definitely an
try
area
to-
that
Try to
is-
get some attention down underneath
Okay.
there. We've been
Yeah.
giving them bags and the little grippers.
okay,
And what we're talking about doing is putting it, once it dries out a bit, we're gonna put our dumpster from Public Works on our trailer, bring our excavator down there. And those guys, we've given them bags and the grippers to, hopefully they'll put them in the big bags. And so we don't have to get hands-on. I'll grab them with the excavator and put them right into our dumpster.
okay.
And then we're not making trips back and
That's
forth with
good.
our side-by-side and tearing up that whole hillside. So we're in talks trying to do that, and we're just trying
That's
to
really-
get a
that's really
schedule
good
going
news.
on who has time on a Saturday to
Yeah.
come in for 4 or 5 hours and try to get that buttoned up down there, get it cleaned up.
Yeah.
Our problem
how
is
we
we can't
prevent it.
move those people out of there because we don't know where they will go, and we can't fence it off because if the river gets high, and it's got to be a temporary fix to try to keep the traffic down. But it's been topic of
And they can't
conversation.
be trespassed because of the current law about if you don't have a place, even though we have the place in Mac that's supposed to be
It's
our.
basically, it's one of the laws that kind of has our hands tied.
I thought because we had the beds in the place in Mac that was reserved for, maybe it's not enough
I
beds.
think
They
there's
said
some,
2 beds.
I think there's
beds.
some people that just don't want to leave this community, so they stay in this area.
Yeah, but I don't even think that's the issue. I think it's if you have a place to send them, you can. This is just-
We've had deputies called and they can't do anything without them. They just come right back.
Okay.
We
Okay.
know them all by name.
Yeah.
So we have our guys that make a mess, and then some guys clean it back up, and then goes one mess from one camp to the next, and then it just gets strung all. I don't know if you guys have seen under there, but it's
Yeah.
not pretty.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, that's not
So,
pretty.
yeah, we're working on trying to get our guys to come and have a schedule that doesn't conflict, where we can get our group in there and
Yeah.
try to do it when the weather's nice, and we're not going to tear that whole hillside up getting equipment in and out of there.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I see.
unfortunate that you guys have to spend time and resources to figure
Yeah.
that.
Do you know how much dirt might be taken out with that? I might have to replace some dirt back, or?
I don't think it'll be anything. I think what we can do, one trip in with our dumpster and our excavators, low impact. The tracks are rubber, so I'll probably be the one, either me or the guy who just had his 15-year anniversary. Him and I are the only two that really run the excavator. So the more we mess up, the more we gotta fix.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's really good to know.
Do you
Well,
think
yeah.
if it's cleaned up more often, that would keep it clean or no?
It's hard saying. It just depends who goes in there. We have a group of people that they're down there quite a bit, and we can trust them to keep stuff cleaned up. But then when we get a new group of people in, they have different habits and different cleanliness.
Okay.
Too
Okay.
bad there isn't a law against littering.
They're not supposed. It's posted in numerous
But, so
places.
that would, then they could be, that might be an interesting thing to bring up with the sheriff.
Yeah, because they're littering and trespassing, and they're not supposed. I mean, the trespassing for one, and then leaving all their waste underneath there, like it's their own property.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, good. That's good to know that there's something that can be done about that. Yeah, so we'll focus on, we usually focus on the downtown core, on the cleanups, and then sometimes do the parks, but I think the parks just got done.
Yeah, we just mowed it today. And bathrooms now are locked from 8 to, or they're unlocked from 8 to 4:30.
Which ones? Both of them?
The city park, the ones down here. I just was brought to our attention today. We can't open those yet until we get a contract with a septic company to be able to pump the new tank that we just put in last summer. So I just heard that today. That's the reason that isn't open just yet.
Yeah. Okay, so you gotta.
I didn't quite catch it. The loos are unlocked from when to when?
They are unlocked from 8 to 4:30 right now.
Monday through Friday?
Correct.
How
Just,
about weekends?
not yet that I know of.
Okay.
We just don't have staff to lock it and
Right.
unlock it. We had to put different locks on it due to vandalizing, you know,
Oh, yeah.
every weekend. It's, not pretty in there.
Okay. Okay, well, it's nice that it's open at least during
Yeah.
a time when some kids can use them.
Yeah,
and
during the day, Monday through
do sport
Friday.
stuff. Yeah. Okay, cool, good. Okay, so I think we have enough now that we could at least do the March minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just get those. Did everyone review them? Did the three of us? You wrote them, yeah, hopefully you reviewed them.
I think I did.
Okay, I make a motion to approve March's.
I'll second it.
Yep. All those in favor? Good. Action items.
All right, we had, make sure to mention Brad and his business for helping access to the
For the cleanup, Brad,
Mention, yes. Oh,
Need
that,
to
so
get-
that, leave it on there because I'm just gonna have to.
somebody needs to
This one?
talk to him where at the mill
Yes,
is that
Exactly,
dumpster.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, he was really nice. We had, some of the, about 50 Delphian students down here helping clean the parks, and he also let them use it for that cleanup too, so that was great.
Cool. Ask Kai about vests and high importance areas.
Oh, you guys do
We
have
have
vests.
vests.
Yeah, ours have just disintegrated to some degree, so as many. Are they the disposable ones or the reusable?
No, they're
ones?
reusable.
How many do you guys have?
Oh gosh, probably, I would say probably 30 laying around somewhere.
Okay, yeah, I think we
We
could use
got,
all of
we
them.
got a bag of them and a box of them, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, great, yeah, we could use all of them, yeah. They'll give them back, but
Yeah.
it just
That
because we
was
like to have
the
all
last
the kids.
cleanup. Apparently, the little grabbers were supposed to come back to Public Works. They went to the high school and they
That's-
stayed there
That's
until.
where that's where I was told to put them, and
Yeah.
I guess they didn't.
So we thought we were coming back to Public Works, and then we went to go look for them to give them to the guys under the bridge, and they're all missing. And then we had to track them down, and they're still at the high school. So, but it just got lost in translation somewhere
Okay.
that they were supposed to come back to Public Works, but they stayed at the high school.
Okay, but they're still accounted for, someone saw them there.
Yeah.
Okay, great, yeah, because we ordered more, fingers crossed they actually get here in time, but we ordered more, but we still need those, just because this is our biggest,
Right.
as long as the weather is good, then we usually get a good turnout for this. Okay,
Okay, get the list of high importance areas from the city,
yes, I just need to,
put it on the next one.
yeah,
Okay.
no, not the next one.
No?
It's this month. It's this month,
Yeah, but so like, it's an action item right now.
yes.
Between now and then,
Right.
yeah.
Yep.
Great. Bring the flyer for cleanup day and facade grant application. I think that was for the
Yes,
breakfast.
that's good.
Yeah. Okay, and
That's
then
done.
email Shannon Ray on the done. Action make purchases.
He did.
I think he's done, right?
They're purchased. They are supposed to arrive. I think he said.
So that was pickers and buckets, and apparently that's, I don't know, container buckets for storing pickers.
Oh gosh, I didn't even know if he
He
did
probably
that.
did.
Okay.
If not, you can do it after, but.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have buckets?
I
somewhere?
have a bin, but because we're ordering more, we just want to make sure we got another bin.
Just so they don't get jammed in, you know, because then they
Yeah.
get damaged.
Yeah.
So just a couple bins to store them in.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys have a box, I think. The box? You had a box last time. I think you guys had them in a box, right?
Yeah, we just have a cardboard
A
box.
cardboard box, yeah.
Big.
It's not a bad idea. But- Okay.
And we have to label, we have to label them. We have to make sure that we might not have time, but we need to label them.
Okay, Ashton put together and a discussion on what revitalization is and
Yes,
spoke
he
at
did
the
do
Chamber
that.
breakfast.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
With his hands.
We have to reach out to, anyway, Ashton and I did not do this. reach out to Brad?
He said, okay, but Brad just needs to make sure that he coordinates with one of you guys on where exactly it will be, because it won't be
Oh,
at
he just has to
that
let us
place.
know. Oh,
Right,
that's
it's at the mill.
It's at the mill, it's because it's
Okay.
a big one, not
The
the
big dumpster.
smaller one. He said,
Right.
don't do the one
That's
at the
Okay, great, but we'll just drop off there, all right. And John,
Yes, that's
on
me.
Sheridan High School, about more involvement in the Sheridan cleanup.
I never heard back from him.
Okay, reached out,
Sometimes I have to call.
heard back, can we just put it on again?
No, there's a, forget it, because there's a community meeting on the 11th, and he'll be there, I'll ask him. I said,
Okay,
Okay,
okay, great.
yeah,
And then we get it on the reader board too.
Well, and I mean, if you want me to ask Dory at the next Rotary meeting, it's up to you.
Don't ask Dory.
Okay,
She's got enough things on her plate.
that's true.
She's a go-getter. She would just, get on it. But I can talk to him, because Dory will be at that same, it's, I forget what it's called. It's community group or something.
It's a care group.
Care group.
Yeah. The
And
care
once a month,
team.
school people are at it, and that's,
Okay.
he'll most likely be there, and I'll be there, and Dory will be there, so there's no reason to bother Dory.
Okay, good. I think that was it, right?
Yep.
Great. Okay, I think we should wait on the treasurer's thing so we can vote, all of us vote in. I think we need to have all of us here. Let's just move to the spring cleanup.
Okay,
If we have three, there's.
I know, but not for board, adding a new board member, I don't think so. We'll be here in a few minutes. Okay, so the cleanup is on the 26th. We need to just see how many people we can get that will arrive there at 9:30. So 9:30. This
I'll
is
be
for
there.
okay.
And I'm bringing my small brown table. again.
Great, perfect.
Cleanup,
Jason, I'm
26th.
assuming will be there.
Yeah,
Jason and John.
26th. No, I'm doing the Willamina bark sales that day, sorry.
Oh.
So I'm gonna be involved in that one.
Okay, and so Jason and Ashton, I'll put you guys down. I think that's okay, unless someone else wants to come out at 9:30 to help.
Do you need something from Public Works for that?
I say before 10, we need to have the pickers and the maps and whatnot delivered. That way we can get it all set
I
up.
would probably do the day before even.
The only problem is there's no place to put it. Like, it would be at the high school, at the park, like we just use the outside parking
I'll just
lot.
plan on being there at 9:30.
Okay, that would be awesome. Yeah, and then picking it up by, we're usually done by 12:30.
We're done by noon, but
The trash
yes.
pickers coming, yeah. The pickup of pick the trash pickers up again by 12:30.
Okay.
That way they don't get lost.
Right.
10 to 12.
And
Go
most
back
people
in your
are back.
possession. Yeah, I know, yeah. most
Peter's
people are
out
back.
about 11:30.
Yeah. Okay, and then we've
Can
got
probably find
the,
Sarah at the high
did
school.
Rotary confirm the
It's
pizza, of
pizza.
course? Okay, great. So Rotary's doing
Pizza and
pizza,
water.
pizza and
Did you
water.
get one year?
It
I
was
heard you.
fully confirmed with the high school. It would be really great to get on the reader board. John, is that what one of the things you're gonna talk to them about too, is getting it on the reader board?
I work at the school. Do you guys
Oh.
want me to ask?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who does the reader board?
So it used to be Kale, but now I think maybe Elaine
Oh,
or
you can ask.
Jen.
I know who does it at Willamina, but I don't know who does it at
Yeah.
Jesuit.
No, I
Great,
think
yeah,
it's
that's a good idea.
Elaine
Okay,
now.
great. Yeah, it'd be great to have it. And then
We
we
could
used
start
to
with it.
get like sports teams and groups and like the seniors that used to do it.
Oh yeah, we
It would
have
be
some.
really, really great to get
clubs.
that again.
Are you writing it down?
I'm doing the reader board right now.
I'm sorry, what was your name?
I'm Erin.
Aaron.
Yep,
Jason
Erin
Bennett.
Sabalis. Yep, nice to meet you.
You work for the
Teams.
school district, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And no, you work for the city.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Good combination.
Yeah.
Good marriage there.
Wasn't the need for more
Clean up on the
pennies
leaderboard. What did you want?
discussed in last
Clean
meeting?
up teams.
The what?
More pennies for
yeah.
the
Yeah.
trash
Just
pickup?
put
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
Are we good for
No, that's
gloves?
right.
coordinate
The
best?
students
The
to
best,
help.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, so we're gonna get someone from the city,
Yeah.
and then I think Ashton also.
He did
crossed
not.
it off, but we did not.
He didn't order it.
And are we good for gloves?
Yes, I have a whole bunch of those.
Okay.
Yeah, the stuff that I get from Solve is not a problem. That's the bags, the gloves. They don't, they used to have the vests. They don't have the disposable vests anymore, which is fun. But
More
more trash.
Sorry.
I mean,
Cleanup.
yeah, they do have, oh, can you make a big note that I need to do that $50, I need to do or the $100 reimbursement grant from Solve. We need to make sure to get those receipts from Ashton so we can submit that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got the volunteers to help set up. You're gonna reach out to Brad about where exactly we bring the trash to. Is it your truck? His truck, Ashton's truck. Okay, great, Ashton's truck. Great. We'll get the maps. You said you'll have the maps? You'll bring the maps or someone else? Okay, I think it was, who works at the front?
Sandy.
Okay, yes, I think I was in touch with her. So I think she was gonna go and get me the updated ones. She did send me an email, so I just need to double check that
So
email.
I'll put a note for her to
Just maybe do a last minute, like, is this all the,
updated maps.
huh?
Updated maps.
Yeah, yeah. Just so we can have some general idea of like where are the hot spots. And the main thing to note is that because we have kids, so many kids do this, we can't send them to any known
Questionable
homeless
areas.
camps or like, the railroad tracks where there's people that have been doing naughty things, that kind of thing.
Or private property, you said that, right?
Yeah, like,
Because the railroad tracks between the high school and whatever used to be there is one of the worst, is a really bad trashy place, and there's homeless camps in there, but
yeah.
because the last time we were doing a cleanup, a sheriff was actually moving someone on down there.
Oh, okay.
And maybe that's a good reminder too, when we're handing out maps to, remind them if you see, like an encampment, don't
Yeah, we
don't
do
go
that.
there.
Yeah.
We always do that with the kids, especially.
Right.
Yeah. And then there's the off ramp, on ramp. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
Oh, we're not gonna go up?
Well, you guys can do that as well.
Well, I don't think Jim is
it's
able
not-
this year, but
okay.
I'll try to get up there.
It's not
and take my
officially
car.
sanctioned, but
Yes, I'll take my car up and.
the other one looked like it was much better, and then I saw trash. But
I know, it
looked clean, and then but that's run by ODOT does cleanups. But at least I've seen that they've been doing that again.
It looked good for a while, except for the one that now comes into Sheridan, that sharp
Yeah.
curve. People are throwing out their,
So,
Wendy's and all kind of crap there.
So there's usually a bunch of trash going that way, coming into town on that side.
Yeah. Okay, good. So do we want, I guess it depends on how many volunteers we get. Do we want to try to bring some tools and do any of the weeding? Thoughts on that?
Yeah.
It just depends on the weather too.
Yeah,
If
if it's
it's-
good weather, then we'll probably get a lot more people.
Yeah,
Whose
and
tools was yours?
I think so.
Okay, can you make it?
if it's raining, I don't think people
Bring-
want to pull.
And then, also make a
We
note.
did
that
last time in the rain. I
Really?
mean,
I
it
need
drizzled,
to-
but they still did it. It was
I need
actually
to
good.
bring
Yeah.
the,
Good enough.
yard debris bags. Let's make a note. I need to bring the yard debris bags. If we're gonna do that. And then we can make little groups that can go do that. We did that in front of the 2 buildings that was for sale and trying to make it look nicer.
Yeah.
Okay, anything I've missed for the cleanup?
Do you have enough people at the table?
We could use help at the
Because
table.
I could come at 9:30 and be at a table if you needed.
I'm usually there and with one other person would be helpful.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Because
would be
I can do
helpful.
it if needed.
Yeah, that would be
Otherwise, I'll
helpful.
go out and pick up the garbage.
I think maybe during the rush, if you're there, and then I'll be like, great, okay, good to go, and then I'll just stay there. Yeah. Okay, good, let's move on. Hometown Days fundraiser discussion. So, we need to figure out the food. That was the latest. Did the Rotary confirm that they were doing the?
Yes, pulled pork, and please, because they're gonna be, the concession trailer's gonna be at the beer garden.
Yeah.
Please don't have pulled pork in there.
Okay, so I need to reach out to Norma. I need to.
Sorry.
Pulled pork.
Oh, because
Rotary.
Rotary's gonna do it.
So I need to reach out to Norma.
I mean, if
and
we
let
were
her know.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
So make a note that I need to reach out to Norma and let her know, can she do a different thing since Rotary's doing it as a fundraiser.
Is that in your parking lot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's, so our big, how we are doing these grants is, we use the money that we make from the fundraiser, and this is our major fundraiser. We do the food, beer garden, food area during hometown days. So every year we're trying to make it better and better. So yeah, so I'll reach out to Norma, and then did we want to get, so we had last year, we had the big one, which we felt was a little bit too commercial and was pulling away from us.
We're not gonna have that.
We're not gonna reach out to them. So we're gonna have the Rotary doing the pulled pork. We're gonna be doing burgers and hot dogs and just regular drinks and beer. And then Norma is gonna do some cool alternative thing that won't be pulled pork. And Lucy, I'll reach out to her.
Yeah, she wasn't gonna be doing, she doesn't do your standard pulled pork, she does like a catering pulled pork, so it'd probably be more expensive. So it wouldn't be the cheaper, that's what she said to me the other night. And she was there last year with it, so, but she understands, that she just wanted you to know.
I
that
told her that I
thing.
would,
The Rotary wasn't.
We need,
Yeah.
I told her that I would double check
Oh,
and,
that's fine.
No, we want
Yeah.
to, oh,
That's what I would probably do.
I mean, if she was
Yeah.
across the
we
street
don't want,
her daughter.
and
Yeah.
sold
we
it,
don't want our daughters.
but not in the same area, because then we're competing. in-
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
reach out and hopefully she has a
She'll have
good
other wonderful stuff.
plan, yeah, because I loved her stuff.
And we
Yeah.
did bring up the request about the bathroom, the porta potty,
Oh,
Yeah,
and also the electrical question about,
Yeah.
sure. So
Okay.
those were discussed too.
okay,
Sorry.
when is the next meeting?
It is,
Is it this upcoming Monday?
that's a good question. Hang on. I think it's Tuesdays now.
It is Tuesdays.
It's Tuesday, the 15th, April 15th at 6 at the Methodist Church.
Oh, that was another question. Ashton thought he maybe couldn't always go because of soccer, and I could go. Does
Okay.
anybody know if he can make it?
Let's ask as soon as he gets here, we'll
Oh,
ask
wait,
him.
that's right. I take it back. I think it's actually here because, on Tuesday, because there's a conflict over at the Methodist Church. So, I don't know if it's, I'll look and confirm, but again, it seemed like we had to move it because there was a conflict.
Okay,
Yeah, hometown days, the 15th of April. Yeah,
okay, we'll confirm with Ashton if he
There
can
you go.
go to that. Okay, good, and then, what's the other major thing that we were talking about? Oh, I need to make sure that a month ahead of time, which would be May, that we get the permits. Do we have, and then have we fully looked at who's doing the beer garden this year?
What do you mean, who's doing it?
Like
Who's running the?
who's running?
Serving, you're gonna do it, right, Jason? No, I thought I'm not,
No.
it's not a
No.
joke or anything. You're gonna get,
He's
you have
doing-
the license, right?
Yeah.
But he's gotta do the
The
burgers, the food. It just we need to
Is
have
Lucy
multiple people.
volunteering to serve
Oh,
beer?
Lucy likes pouring beer.
I do that beer thing.
Cool, but Lucy, you need someone, right? Since
Yeah.
Well,
we don't have.
Susan Chamberlain was down there, cause her and that other woman do the money because they own.
But they're not.
They're not gonna do
They're
it
not gonna
this
do it
year.
this year.
Oh, they're not going to do it this
No.
year?
No, they can't.
Hello.
How you gonna
We'll figure it
collect, how you gonna collect, you figure out how to collect the money out for, I got the OLCC.
So we just
I did
need
the
to
hard
get more people that can do that.
and a square, right? A
I-
square?
I think we can solve
I
that.
wasn't trying to put you on the spot, because I didn't have that
I'm
license.
just messing.
Okay.
That was a jump.
So we jumped down
And
to
if you're gonna
hometown
take the
days.
money, then you're
Great.
gonna
Yeah.
have systematic.
So, the next
You got a
meeting,
great
Kay
system.
thinks, is on Tuesday here.
That's what they want.
not at the Methodist church
Yeah.
because of,
Last time I was
conflict.
like.
yeah,
checking
are you
it.
able to make that one?
Tuesdays
Tuesdays.
are soccer, so it's what time?
6 o'clock.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
when soccer.
So
I
if you
can
could-
go if you
Okay.
can.
If you could,
This
Yeah.
month.
that would be amazing.
And is there anything
And
we
it's
want to
here.
have?
Yeah, and I'll confirm and text you, okay?
Is there anything that we want her to bring up from revitalization that we want her to look into?
The electricity,
I think they talked about that last
okay,
time.
and the
Yeah.
porta potty location.
They talked
Yeah,
about that too.
those are still gonna be, they don't need to be specified exactly right now. We're just figuring out who's
Oh.
gonna be in charge of
And we
what section, how much of
absolutely,
it.
absolutely need more help setting up.
Setting up what, the space?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a disaster. And we need to figure out the tents. The tents are like my number one
Yeah,
concern.
we might have to buy some.
He got
Or
a
rent
couple
some.
too, for the big space in the middle. So there should, him being Matt said he got a couple too.
But the problem is how to keep them from flying away
Yeah,
and be
blowing.
like, that was a dangerous scene
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
They did.
Maybe you can bring it up. That's like probably
Okay.
number one thing is that we're
If you
volunteers.
get a
We need
coffee-
more volunteers, and we need to figure out safety on the tents.
What you can do is, if you drink, I don't know what kind of coffee you drink, but I've seen it, the 4th of July committee, they take coffee cans, fill them with concrete and put a loop in it, and you just tie them down on all corners.
Yep. I've
But
seen the,
not everybody drinks that,
Yeah.
only
You
anybody
need the
drinks that
big
kind of coffee.
cans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Susie? Yes?
No, but I mean, it's,
Yes, Lucy?
Oh, sorry, just use bringing it in. So, what I saw them using last year as it got progressively worse is, they got those cement blocks.
Yeah.
It did not work very well.
It didn't work, I thought.
It did and it didn't. One, it like smashes your fingers, and you had to tie it like really haphazardly. I just want to, if there's a way to do it that's not last minute having to borrow from someone else, that kind of thing.
yeah, there is a way to do it with the
How about
concrete blocks.
sandbags?
Sandbags would be
Because
ideal.
we've got hundreds of sandbags.
Oh.
you have to
those up.
tie, how are you gonna attach
We
it
could
to?
zip tie
Same way.
a loop,
Right.
so
There you go.
fasten it with a zip tie and then zip tie a loop.
Put one on each
But
corner.
that would be coming out of public works unless we get that funded by somebody else.
Interesting.
'Cause
Oh, yeah.
That's a good idea.
I don't know if we can just give away our sandbags and zip ties is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
probably just have to get authorized.
Totally.
And
Oh, yeah, sorry, and the sandbags are not filled with sand, right? Like we'd have to get the sand.
We have both. We have empty and we have sandbags
Oh.
full.
But could they just borrow them and then return them back to you?
Probably.
Maybe if they asked anyway, huh?
Probably.
Is that something that you
Just
could
talk to
check?
Kai. I can talk to Kai.
If you could check with Kai, that would be great. I know he probably doesn't want another email.
No, he doesn't need any more
Yeah,
emails.
I'm like, I don't want to harass anyone.
do we wanna ask about the fencing for the beer garden?
So we have the orange, and that clearly did not work. And so we just have to make sure
But
that's a particular plan that just one of us probably we'll just need to make sure we figure out beforehand, like,
I wonder if this somehow, so that again would be stakes in something, right?
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
but I
it
don't think
should be-
sandbags would work in that case, so you would need to,
It should be T-posts,
Yeah.
but we want to make sure that it's not going into any like pipes or, so we just need to make sure we're not,
maybe that
creating
would
bigger
be
problems.
concrete again in the coffee cans with a.
no, because we need a vertical and
It-
you could
It'd
build
be
them
more
out of
like
wood or something.
concrete in a T-post on a 5-gallon bucket.
Right,
Probably be
yes.
Probably more
I
like.
would
A lot of
Keep them in your barn.
I would love 30 buckets of concrete. That would go great in my collection.
Well, and we really want
And I
one
would really
entrance
appreciate
and
that.
one in
Yeah.
and out at the same
Once
place.
it was up, it was just
Yeah,
putting it up and
because
having it stay up.
we don't need the people escaping out the sides and stuff. And I gather too, we still are gonna do the wristbands.
Yeah, we need to make a
Yes.
big sign or something because like get a wristband if you want to get
We
beer.
need to do a full meeting just on that.
Okay.
It's just, I think at least we know the stuff that she could talk about, and that was stuff that we need to actually really look at ahead of time. We probably do need to, we just add it to the to-do list as schedule
Zoom.
for
Yeah, Zoom.
a Zoom
Zoom,
meeting
Zoom,
for
Zoom.
everyone, for the
Yeah.
committee,
Yes, I know. I do believe,
I'm so sick of them during COVID.
Yeah.
I do believe Matt was like, we need somebody to just take over the whole food garden part, which is pretty much what we did last time.
Yeah.
Right, we organized and got all the people the food available, and there was just a couple parts of it that got dropped. So we just need to make sure we have like a list of everything we need to handle, and then yeah. So if he has any details to offer of like what jobs he wants us to do, obviously we'll put up the fence and we'll do everything we did last time. We'll need to coordinate with whoever we need to coordinate on the porta potty and whatever. But that's all.
I
That's
think we
not
need
really
more help.
meeting.
I just think
Yeah.
we need more help with the,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
more bodies that are able to move heavy things and do.
Move chairs and tables and
Also, how many days is it?
it's same.
Same.
It's a Friday is a half day. We're not
doing
doing
anything.
anything. Saturday all day is the hometown day.
Into the night.
Friday might be a little party, but
Not too
make
bad.
it.
Well, it's the kids parade over at
Yeah.
the city park, and
But
you
it's like
decorate the bicycles.
10 or
and
11
stuff.
in the morning until, what was it, 6 or something?
That's what I meant.
Something like that, yeah, at night.
I think the beer garden, didn't it
So
stay
the
up
beer garden
until
stayed,
9?
it was like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think 8 would be
Okay.
better. If they need to drink after 8.
That's
they go
right, it
home.
got light later, so,
Yes.
Go to
yes.
Benny Huey's there.
Yeah, they can go.
That was a
for
long
beer.
day, that was a really long day.
2 years ago, it wasn't as well known. But anyway, we did, the music was still going and people were hanging out late. It was quite nice, actually.
Okay, cool, let's be done with that for now. You've got the plan on moving forward with those questions and
Thank you
stuff.
for going to the meeting for us.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so we are gonna jump back up to the treasurer's report and do the vote on a new board member.
Oh, we have a new
Yes.
board member?
Yeah,
That's great.
yes, would you like to make the
Sure.
motion?
Yeah, I would like to motion if Carol is acceptable to have Carol be our 5th board member as the
Full
new
name?
Carol Bonner as our new treasurer.
Great, I second that. Board, all those in favor?
Aye.
Great, no one is.
Welcome.
Passes,
Woohoo,
thank
great.
you.
Now where's the
And
report?
you're gonna give her all the stuff.
Yep, I already have it here.
Perfect.
No.
You are. So,
Could you,
yeah.
I put part of your name on there, could you write your name, they get credit the museum does for people here.
Ashton,
and-
how
I
did
have
you
to ask
twist
you.
her arm to get her to agree?
My wife helped.
Oh,
And yeah, Carol is my mother-in-law, and she is amazing and helpful, and also very good at numbers. Yeah, so thank you so much.
Thank you very
Really
much.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have all the stuff. So Anne was the old treasurer, Ann Myers. She's amazing, and she has stopped last year, helped, and so she's retiring, taking it easy a little bit. So she is doing taxes right now, though, so she's not going to be able to turn over all of the instructions until April 15th. Maybe give her a couple days, and then then we'll get the whole thing. But
needs to sleep.
yeah, I do have all the stuff here, so I can show it.
Is that your pen?
Good, and then do we have any business, treasure business?
You get,
You got
you
those
get credit
checks?
for anybody.
We got those
Yeah,
checks
you
from
wanna
us,
have
and we
him.
do need to write a
Is he
check
on there?
for $200,
He's with them.
$45
Oh, he's with them.
for the 200 business cards that we ordered.
Okay,
So those
The museum
yeah.
gets credit.
So every
Oh,
for
and
day,
then we need to
people
get
who
her
show
on.
up.
or it's already on there.
Even this
you
one.
got her?
Yeah,
Oh,
she doesn't even know, but you're getting 40 business
List.
cards.
Wait,
as
all
the
three of
treasurer.
us?
we need to break
Yeah.
it down.
Yes, please
We
and
need
thank you.
Oh, you need to
added
get her
to
on.
it.
We need to get you added. Yeah, so that's an action item. We need to get Carol added to the bank account.
Yeah.
That would be
Do
really
you
good
want me to
idea.
go with you? Do you need to, can you go with her? What do you need to do?
Is Jason on it?
No, you never added me. I can't do
Who's
it.
not on it? That's right. We went to try to get
You
you on.
have to leave
and
the
you were
house.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So we both need to,
I think we just need one of us.
okay, you let me know if that is.
I will let you know.
Great, so we're good.
We're good.
Besides writing the
That's an
check.
action item for me to get Carol added to the bank account. Yes, and then
you're
we
gonna
need
write
to
the
write a check.
Okay,
for-
great, we can do that at the end then.
Yeah.
Great, so we are moving on to a really exciting announcement of the grant winner. So for anyone that doesn't know, this is our first round of $1,000 facade improvement grants for primarily focusing on the downtown core. And this grant would be doing anything related to improving the outside type look of a downtown business. that helps the overall revitalization of the downtown core. We received seven, right?
Yep,
Seven applications,
Wow.
and
that's
we
good.
thought it was not gonna
No, we're
be
right, all
very
three, or
difficult, that we
four.
could
We can
just discuss it and do it. It ended up being over an hour
Of
on
debating.
occasion
Up on the first
heated
ones.
debate. And just because these were really great, like
Oh.
We had a lot
like
of
not
good
one
ideas.
of these was one that we were like, okay, yeah, this does no, like every single one could have won. They were really, really good. And then it got so heated at the end that Jason made a motion, not heated, passionate, that Jason made a motion to actually, because we did make over 2,000 last hometown days, to actually to give out for this one too. And two, it's not necessarily that we can do it every time, but we just
Hopefully,
thought,
if we make more
if
money,
we, yeah,
then make
but
money.
we thought let's just start with a oomph. So we actually get to award 2 grants, which is really great. So our first one is for the West Valley Mercantile.
Yay, Molly.
Yay. And would you like to say about what the project will be?
Sure. We are going to be constructing a sign that is going to go on the road side. We've got kind of a dirt patch at the edge of the parking lot, right underneath the parking lot light, so it'll be illuminated when it's dark. We're going to be able to get supplies at cost through Sheridan Building Supply and their suppliers, and dirt from Ecology. And we have an artist already drawing up a logo and kind of ideas of what that sign's going to look like.
And it's going to be below the sign is going to be a planter.
Yes.
With nice.
Yes.
And what size is the sign gonna be?
4x8. It'll
That's
be
very
visible
exciting.
in both directions on Bridge Street.
Very nice.
Nice.
And the hope is to have it done before hometown days.
Yes, I don't know about the planter, but the sign, we should be able to get that done.
Cool.
And the guys at the building supply are so excited to construct this sign for us.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, great. And then we're very excited about that. Thank you for.
So are we. Thank you very much for doing this for us. We're very excited to see this happen.
And the second one, and I forgot the name of the business.
Carol's Consignment.
Carol's Consignment. So this is the one that's right next to the Huntley, and it used to be a gas station garage, I think. Yeah.
Ruben Hirschberger's chainsaw repairs place.
What?
Lawnmowers, chainsaws.
For big lawnmowers.
He had an arbitorium, what do they call it, arbitorium when the birds, because his ceiling had a big hole in it, and the tree went out there and the birds were up there.
It's the one that has the garage door and
Yes.
kind of the colors are a little bit different. So that grant will allow them to fix the concrete and do the paint. They've already done the roof. And so this will allow them to get moving on that project, and the idea is to have it, the part of these grants is that they have to have the work completed within 6 months. So
Is that the sidewalk concrete that you're talking about, or they have?
Yeah,
other
you said there's one part of the concrete which is people trip on. So
Okay.
in repairs.
So some of
Oh,
that.
that's a good safety.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then, but primarily it's the facade,
yeah.
and
Okay.
it's because it's a little multicolored. There's a couple paint chips coming off, so they're gonna primarily
Quite a few.
repaint that section and make it cohesive and look like one building.
Yeah, and we want to emphasize it was not an easy decision.
Yeah.
Like all of these were.
And we
very-
did yeah,
Are we getting a picture before and after?
Yes.
definitely.
Good.
Yes.
We have pictures from 2023 on Google already, but we're gonna do some personals too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will. We just wanted to announce it here, and then I'll send out an email tomorrow to everyone who did apply, letting them know. I already sent an email out to the two that won, but letting everyone else know that they didn't get this round, but please reapply for the next round, which we will do in
6 months.
6 months. I guess we'll relaunch it in October and then maybe say it in November.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
See what the
So
summer looks like.
yeah,
Or
exactly.
earlier if the.
Okay. Yeah, so they can try to get the work.
Yeah,
I'm
like, cause the winter's hard to do work.
Yeah,
I'm
they
assuming you
can't
can
do
sign the
painting
shop
of
whenever they want,
exterior
right?
in the winter.
I emailed.
Okay, good, so then
Yeah.
I can post that.
Yes. Yes, yeah, I emailed and I can call him tomorrow if he doesn't email me back, yeah, but,
Because are you doing a Facebook post tonight too?
yes.
Yeah, we should do that. So if you share that, would be great.
Can you text me half an hour after this ends?
Sure can.
Great, so, and then we also, I will send kind of that draft to the paper. Make sure, can you text me that too, send the draft to the paper, and I'll
Sure.
email John about it, and then, hopefully the paper will do a nice little announcement, and we can promote it, and then when it's finished, we can do the before and after, and then we'll have it on the website, so then we're
Yep.
hoping that this will pick up steam, and that, one of the impetuses for this is that there are big grants that take a lot of work to get and a lot of work to,
Fulfill
manage
and
all of
manage,
that
yeah.
stuff, and it's not easy for your average business to actually be able to get those, just because you have to do a lot, you have to show a lot. And we were presenting to some of the downtown businesses that were interested in grants, and there's just like, it's totally unrealistic, because they want matching, and it's just not realistic. So was it your idea to do this?
What?
I think it was Jason's idea.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
credit you. So yeah, the idea.
Yay!
Yes.
It's a great idea.
Yes, it's a very good idea. Of like, let's just do our own, let's just do our own, and we can do it with the money that we fundraise, instead of trying to go for a project that can take a really long time. If we give the money to the business. Oh, and it was also because we were running into issues with the pressure washing. We were trying to be like, okay, great, let's get a quote and pressure wash the sidewalk, but then you have to get, insurance and signing stuff and all of that. And it's just like, okay, we give up. And then it was like, okay, well, if we give it to the business, then they do it, and then we don't have to worry about that. And then they know what they want anyway. So that's the idea. So the concept is, as long as we can keep on making this money, and the people can actually see where the money's going to, and it's that's why it's a facade. It's a visible project.
Yep.
They can see.
Before and after.
Yeah, something that improves the downtown area, and who knows, maybe in a couple of years you can really start noticing. I mean, like, how much we've never given money to the restaurant, but look at how amazing that little corner looks now, just from that little bit. So imagine having 2 or 3 more of the businesses down here doing that kind of stuff. You really make a big difference.
And the Hebert Plaza, the clock up there looks
It
really
does.
nice.
It does, yeah.
Now we just need to get a real railing in there so we can hang out there.
Hey,
Really
it's on the list.
It
I'm
is,
telling you.
Things
get there.
sometimes
We'll
move
get there.
a lot slower than we want.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but this is good because we have a 6-month time period that the work has to be done. It's not waiting. People can see that there's something happening, so we're very excited about that.
Super excited.
And then I emailed Brad all the information about what is going to be needed for the reimbursement. These are reimbursement grants, just to be clear. So we're not giving the money up front. The money would be as a reimbursement check once the receipts and the actual, like, we can actually go see, oh yeah, it did get done, which is great. Okay, good stuff. So any questions on that before we move on? Okay. We are moving down to public art discussion. Do we have anything to talk about? We are not doing, you want to tell? You go. This is you guys.
Yeah, well, who talked to them?
I did.
Go ahead, you want it?
I don't know that we want to say that.
Oh yeah, not the whole
Should we
thing, but
skip it?
we're just not doing the,
We're not gonna do the mural on the pharmacy that's on Bridge Street.
We're going to move to a different location. So the search will continue. And
The next one.
for the next one. So if anyone has any ideas, well, we
did
do
have
have
an
people.
idea.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a couple ideas still, but we do need, I'd like to get something moving on there and like pick a price range that we can afford or match.
Yeah.
Because there's some great, there's some really great murals already here, and there's still blank walls nearby those, so yeah.
And we still have the sign option. If it's not going to be there, maybe we can look at doing it at another location.
What kind of sign?
You know, like the one that's over there, the
The one
hand
always
sign.
In the corner?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of vibe. We can have it be multiple places.
So may I ask, did the owner of the building not want?
Not right now.
Not right
that?
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a potential maybe later, but
not right now, yeah.
I can tell you, talk to them.
yeah,
She definitely would want that on the mercantile.
totally. Yeah, it should say the mercantile on the mercantile.
I agree.
Yeah.
At least a sign out on the street will be visible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
More directions.
Yeah.
It was talked about of which was going to be the better option for a sign, and the
Right.
street was
Yeah.
to start.
Yeah.
To start,
I
yeah.
think it's great.
Definitely. Okay, good. So let's move on. Update from city council.
We're trying to get a new interim city manager, hopefully sooner than later.
That's like a hired position, like an outside hired position.
No, it's a temporary position, but it gets Kai out of there.
But like a hired, like not
Oh,
hiring.
yeah, we'll pay for him.
But not hired.
Part-time. It's like a part-time.
But is it moving someone from a different position within the city or bringing
No,
in
bringing
someone that's
somebody
actually
in
trained?
because
Okay.
that switching around isn't working real good.
So bringing
I don't know
someone
much
in
I
that's
can
actually
say
like
about that.
has experience as a.
Mhm.
Okay.
Retired, usually they are. I've gone to COG, I personally have gone to COG before and asked them about certain situations a few years ago, and they told me back then that they sometimes have retired people that will work part-time in these interim situations.
Okay.
And so that always works out good because they know that it's not permanent, everybody knows it's not, but you got somebody who's used to doing the job, and that's what they need is a temporary holdover.
Okay. Great. And when is that slotted to start?
I don't know, tune in next week for the, I don't know if it'll be at the city workshop or it'll be at the city council meeting. The first Monday of the month is a workshop. And I haven't looked at my packet yet, I didn't get it. And then the regular council meetings are on the third Monday of the month. So I'm hoping sooner than later.
Sweet.
Great. Okay. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Can I ask, did the art logo city meeting
I
happen?
think
Yes.
that might be coming up because somebody said that somebody,
Wait,
No.
we just had it.
Yeah, didn't
We
you?
just had it. Was it yesterday?
you guys did.
And then it goes to the city.
Right.
Yeah.
So if it's, I heard something about that, but it would be presented, told, suggested, probably maybe at this next meeting, I'm not really
Okay.
sure.
Yeah,
But-
Yvonne was gonna get it all
But
written up.
you guys did pick a
Yeah.
one to go to the.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's all.
They did, not me, I'm not on that, but
Great.
they.
I couldn't make the
group did.
meeting,
Yeah.
so.
No, it was good.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
It was a very unanimous,
Okay.
but yeah.
But yeah, it sounded like they were very happy about it.
Yeah, I was really
Wonderful.
impressed, yeah. Okay, open comments period. This is a great time. Wait, no, never mind, sorry.
We don't wanna hear.
She has an open comment first.
Okay, so I saw this cool little ad thingy on Wilhelmina's page. I'll read it so you guys don't all have to read it. Volunteers needed. Help your fellow neighbor beautify the community. Build sense of ownership and pride. Help clean yards for those who may not be able to. Work with code enforcement and community support officer. All ages welcome. That was really cute, and I am definitely going to call and find out how are you guys doing this. I like that idea. I don't know that Sheridan can. You want to take this?
Can I read that?
Why don't you take this and maybe bring it to the council? I'm interested just to see, because I like that there's involving volunteers with code enforcement. I think is a great idea.
They've done something like that before in Sheridan.
We used to do
We
that.
used to
you?
do that, yeah.
Oh,
But-
it's you guys.
But I think it's it's a better fit to be
The community.
the community with code enforcement.
Because oftentimes when we first did it, it was like, we have one person who has a problem and their backyard is full of junk and overgrown. Let's all just go there for 3 hours and mow and clean and trash and dump and everything on one backyard or whatever.
Yeah.
But that definitely seems more open. Like, hey, we might not spend 40 hours worth of man hours in one yard, but there's lots of stuff that can be done.
But I like that it's connected to code enforcement, because code enforcement are the ones that are gonna know, like, is this an older person that can't do it, and then they can do that. Like it was just a lot of work to try to do all the coordination and find out. So that I love that idea that code enforcement, if it's under code enforcement, we can obviously help and use our volunteer resources, but I like that it's being managed by code enforcement. So I'll find out. But
Do
if
you want, can I have
yes,
this
you
then?
keep that one.
I'll go over and talk to Angela.
Great. I just think that would would be
I was just
super
talking
cool.
to her today, and I was doing some work for her behind the Hyder building, and they're coming to get some junk, and they got it cleaned up, and she thanked me, and I thanked her. So when I'm thanking her again, I'll say, hey, do you have any ideas for this?
Yeah.
Where
and-
is that one?
That's
Well,
Willamette.
mine, yeah. If you want to bring it
It's
up
on the Willamette
at
Facebook page.
the next meeting,
Council meeting?
council meeting, Justin's,
Yeah,
maybe
I can do that.
maybe you can say you brought up to Angela, and maybe Angela
I
can
will.
contact the plan and find out how they're
Part of
doing
it,
it.
right?
Yeah. Okay, good. I'll also call just for our own information. I just thought that was kind of neat. I
But
like
the
it.
idea there too, being, it's more of a cooperation thing instead of them going there and saying, you gotta do this, or, it's trying to work with them instead of.
Yeah, well, I think
It's-
Angela does that too here as
Right.
well. Yeah,
But when cause, I'm on the Willamette Chamber, and that's kind of the idea, is that
yeah.
not to have it like be a police
negative
action
thing.
kind of,
Yeah,
but like, here, we'll help you.
yeah,
Neighbors helping me.
yeah.
Exactly.
Which is
And
very
because I
good.
think Angela communicates, I think, with the people very well, she would know which ones ideally would need it.
Yeah,
Per
yeah,
se, just
yeah.
melt in the system.
And and if we do like if she's like, okay, great, these people are okay with us,
Yeah.
promoting that they need this kind of help or whatever. Okay, cool, great. Now open comments.
I've
Any
got
comments?
one.
Yes.
Yard of the month.
Oh yes.
And I sent you guys that picture of that yard, and
Yes.
those people agreed
Yes.
that they would have the picture of their yard in the
Beautiful
paper.
yard.
And John has taken a picture of it,
Okay.
and so I think it's gonna be in the next bulletin
They
board.
need to sign.
And
Great.
have we had any other submissions?
Nope.
I don't think we sent it out anywhere, but
I mean,
I will check it.
I brought it
Did
at
we?
the thingy, and we didn't get any.
And
Okay.
did you send a copy to John at the bulletin board, a copy of the?
The form?
Form?
I believe I sent him a link,
Oh, okay.
but I should send him the link
Yeah,
again.
just like on it.
If you didn't do it again.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you're gonna drop off the sign.
Where?
Oh, yes, that's the other thing.
That's we need.
Where
The
does it go?
sign.
Yeah.
439
Text me.
North Center,
I think you sent it.
East Center.
Is it in that first block of Center Street?
No, no.
I'll just go pick a lawn right on Main Street.
What's the zip code?
976.
Kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, 439 Northeast Center. It's a beautiful, they have got, I've never seen a dwarf rhododendron as tall as a house. They have got a dwarf rhododendron, right now it's in full bloom, purple, lavender. And it's as tall as the house.
Wow.
This is Yard of the Month. This is another thing that we do, the Yard of the Month, and so this is the winner of the Yard of the Month
For March.
for
April. It's gonna be April now, March is over.
Sweet.
And so if anybody sees any really great, pretty yards, or even just tidy yards,
Yeah.
go online and.
Yeah, on our
nominate them.
website, is it Yard?
If you
it's
go to if you search
Sheridan.
Yard of the Month Sheridan, you'll find it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
If you go to
Sheridan Revitalization.
SheridanRevitalization.com, and I think it's /yard, but if you just go to SheridanRevitalization.com, it'll be there, and I'll share the link on social media. We're also, our group is on, we have a page on Facebook, but we also have a group where we talk about the different events, and we call for volunteers, or people can ask questions. So if you're on Facebook, that's also a good way to get information.
I lied. It doesn't come up when you search it. But
Yeah,
if you search for
I'm verifying that. I was
Sheridan,
gonna
it's
tell
like
you.
nope, doesn't
Nope.
work.
Sheridan
Yeah, I see
Revitalization
all
does
that
come
one.
up.
Yes, and then it's in the menu.
Yes. Great.
I'll work on that. I'll work on that.
Lacking in the SEO there. Okay, yes, so we talked about everything. Any other open comments? Any questions for us? I'd like to say that we're usually a lot more organized.
She likes
Was
to
it
see
not
Right.
organized?
It was just,
Was it just because I wasn't here?
No, I was the only board member that showed up on time.
Nice.
No, we usually are a little bit more.
It's soccer season. I'm
Yeah.
coaching.
Yeah. But we still, we have openings for one more board member, and really, if you guys are interested in volunteering, the cleanups are a great way, but also having your email, if you've done your email there, then I'll do like a call for volunteers for any specific projects. We could use some help on the art committee, which talks about the different art projects that we're looking at doing. Really, the more volunteers that are willing to be on these committees or be board members, the more that we can get done.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard with four.
So there's multiple positions for
Multiple positions, yes. If you got, that is like the number one thing that we would be very helpful to help promote is we could use more help of just like commitments, like, and we don't like. It doesn't
We're
take
a really intense group, and if you forget your target 5 months in a row, they will mention it.
But it doesn't take a huge time commitment. It doesn't really. We meet once a month. If the board needs to meet more often, we usually just have that be a Zoom meeting, and we stay in like text or email communication.
So is that this first Thursday of every month?
Yes, first Thursday of every month at here. That's the meeting, and we try to keep it to an hour and 50 minutes. So it's not that big of a commitment. It's really just willing to coordinate, meet with us, and then
I think the biggest summary is we're flexible. Like we have an overarching goal, revitalize Sheridan, and there's a lot of different things you can do, right? Because there's a lot of different directions that you can help with that, and we're looking for ideas and things that we can do, and people who can help support that. So
people that can help make burgers and sell beer.
we do need some burger flippers.
yes.
Yeah,
I will,
burger flipping for a reason.
I'm very good at handing people their drinks and taking money.
Oh, you can help the money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she's
I'm
not
not
going to be in a
gonna
tent
do-
by herself doing nothing.
I'm not going to do the things, the
Yeah.
Italian sodas anymore.
Yeah.
Yep. So I will be there.
We should have merged those in the first. Anyway, organizing.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's like actually hard to organize a restaurant if you've never done it before. So
Oh, and
Who'd have thought?
we do need to figure out another food, but we can talk about that when we have a more intense meeting. I
And,
think we know.
yeah, I just want to circle back around to
Yeah.
volunteering, especially on cleanup day. You know, spread the word, even if you can only come for a half an hour.
Yeah.
That's a half an hour of just going out and picking up whatever.
Yeah.
You don't have to spend the whole whatever amount of time. Just picking up a little bit makes a big difference.
Yeah.
You know, and I still know of a couple people, they walk in the morning, and when they're walking, they're actually picking up garbage too.
That's great.
Yeah.
and we got all the pickers. We got
Oh,
all the
good.
pickers.
Awesome. And they're arriving, or they have?
They're all here. They're on my front porch.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Did you happen to order a bin?
Sure did.
Yay!
Told you you were ordering a bin.
Oh, good job.
We got a
bin
bin
for the
and
pickers
Yes.
instead of the cardboard.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yep.
At the same time as the litter pickup, we're going to be doing a seed planting event for kids and a
Oh,
backyard
fun.
chicken informational thing
Oh,
at the
fun.
store.
Great. So we can have like a whole downtown.
10 to
So
12.
Yes.
that's the same
Ah.
Friday.
Same day.
11 to 1.
26.
Great.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I think it's the
Good. So
same
they
day.
could do the
Yeah, we'll send them
cleanup,
over.
Get
and
the
then they
pizza.
can go learn about chickens
Yes.
and plant
Nice.
stuff.
And Rotary that evening has the
Movies.
double
Right.
feature
Great.
movie.
Yeah.
So we can
So-
all promote each other. Yeah, if you give us like flyers, we can have it.
Yeah,
right
sure.
there.
And the
And get some
first
to you.
30 people get free popcorn.
I thought you were saying a free chicken. That would
No,
be-
no, I don't think so. No popcorn for Rotary. So there you have it.
And if you pick up garbage, you get free pizza from Rotary.
Yes, pizza. That's the big thing at the pickup is that they get all the volunteers get free food.
And hot chocolate.
Water.
Water.
The spring one is water. The
Water and
fall
pizza.
one is.
I lied to the Boy Scouts. So
Oh.
if they ask, you know who to
Tell them,
blame.
no, tell them in the fall.
In the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's cooler and it
Yeah.
tastes really good.
And I need to make sure that we do ads in the paper. I think I might have already done that, but I need to double check to make sure that I sent them the flyers.
You have A through H on here.
Okay, anything else?
It's all written down. We'll get it
It's all
done.
written down. Yeah, anything else? Any questions?
Did I say I did the business cards?
Yes, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got them for her too?
Yep.
Great.
We each get 40 business cards.
And as a perk, if you are a board member, you get business cards.
Once a
So
year.
our part.
We'll see when we get them.
We'll see
We'll see when we get it.
Okay, and the next meeting is the
First first Thursday of
First
May.
Thursday of the next month, which is.
Is it May? April, May?
May.
May.
Oh, it's the first. That's
Right.
right. And then the cleanup, so April, we'll see everyone on the 26th of April, and then we'll see you a week later. We love that. For the next meeting. Great. Okay, thank you for making it.
And a Zoom